Well, welcome to Age Friendly, the show that is everything about older adults or seniors here in our community of Thunder Bay and the region, of course. Rebecca Johnson, I'm your host of the program. And today we're going to talk about exercising. Very important that you get up and move. And so if you're watching our show today, you might want to think about you're going to get up and move in a few minutes because it's really important. At the end of our programs, we generally have Lynda DePiero, who is our guest today, but she's also the person that gives us the one moment of senior exercise as we finish off our programs on a regular basis. So invited Lynda to come and talk about exercising, and then we're going to show you, Lynda is going to show you, I'm going to try to do some of the things. Anyway, we're going to talk about the fact that exercising and movement is really important, Lynda. It's really, really important.
Well, for sure, especially as we age. And I always have a motto that motion is lotion for everybody, because it just provides, whether you're doing cardio or strength or flexibility or balance, it is the key to keep going.
And when we talk about that, is that something you have to do every day or once a week? What would you give me an idea of how often you should be? I mean, except for the fact that you got to move.
Well, I think every day you should be doing something as to how long you're going to do this and what you're going to do. But frequency is the key as we get older. And you might want to just start with 5 minutes and then grow to 10. And if you don't feel like doing a 20-minute or a half-an-hour workout, do like maybe 10 minutes 3 times a day. So
and whatever you're comfortable doing as well. One of the things too is we can't, as we age, you can't do things the same way. Maybe you've got arthritis or whatever else, and so you do what you can. Is that the point?
You do what you can, and you modify the movements.
Right.
And I always say, in fact, I hope I get to the point where I can demonstrate a plank, because everyone thinks that is the only core exercise. Well, it's not, but yet it is important to do. But are you going to hold it forever? No, I do it in 10 seconds. And then recover, or 10 seconds, and that might not be that might be all you can do. So,
is there such a thing as a best exercise? If you had one thing that you could do for exercising or moving, what would that be?
Well, I think walking is really a good thing to do, because it gets the lymph moving. Another thing that I really like to tell people to do is bouncing. Bouncing is important, especially when I talk about fascia movement. That's one of the best things to do for fascia. And the nice thing about it, you only have to do it for 5 minutes.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
And then one of the things when you're moving, now if you walking, if you want to walk and you're in an apartment, you're isolated, you don't want to go anywhere, which is that's a whole other story. We aren't going to get into the fact about not going out of your apartment. You can walk in your apartment.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I did for 3 years when we had COVID.
Right.
And I still do Zoom classes, because some of the seniors like staying at home. And I'm not saying that they don't go out, but just moving sagittally, moving back. The nice thing about it, you can add your other planes of motion and not look like really ridiculous on the street corner, if you're going out. So there's a lot of benefits to doing it in your apartment.
And one of the things I do, because I live in an apartment, if it's really cold or miserable or pouring rain or whatever, you can walk the corridor.
Right.
Even if it's a short corridor, that helps you. At least you're moving and walking. And
for sure.
It's very important.
For sure, it's good. And, walk with what is good for you. Like, I mean, obviously, if you're outside, you're going to wear shoes that are comfortable. I mean, I teach Pilates, so a lot of our work is done in bare feet, which we like the grounding. But, some people need the support with the shoes. So find a pair or do nothing if that's what is good for you. And the other thing is stairs. If you can do some stairs up and down, you don't have to race it. But it just, and it does help with the balance, because you are shifting your weight as you're going up and down the stairs.
Right.
So, and it's functional movement. I always look at this. Do something that is going to improve your functional daily activities during the day, right? So,
and we're going to get into the whole, in the next couple of segments, we're going to talk about some of the specifics that you can do, even if you're just sitting in a chair. Or what about if we all have to wash dishes or do something around the kitchen sink at some point in time. Can you do exercises there?
Sure you can. The countertop provides a really good place, especially, if you want to do some push-ups, if you, stretch, holding on to the sinks and stretching and lengthening through the shoulders and the arms, adding your flexion and extension. It's great, and you don't have to get down on the floor.
No, and you get down on the floor, and then how do you get back up?
Well, that's the other
secret
thing.
as you get older. It's always a bit of a challenge. One of the things too is developing strength for your body. I would think is part of exercising and moving.
Yeah, and developing it from the inside out. I work a lot with fascia, and basically if people ask what fascia is, it is actually a sheath of connective tissue beneath our skin. So you can think of it as a second skeleton, like a cellular matrix. And the cool thing is, I don't know if a lot of people know this, it connects ligaments, tendons, muscles, nerves, bones, blood, and provides a structural support for organs. It's made out of 80% collagen, and as we get older, we lose that collagen, so it's important to exercise to maintain that. And it also organizes, the fascia tissue organizes and coordinates the function of muscles to create functional movement patterns. And we want good functional movement. If something is dysfunctional, then everything is out. So like when you said, develop strength, that fascia has to be doing its part, not just the muscles. And it's really cool because, and I forgot it in my bag, but anyway, maybe I'll do it before we start the exercise and grab it. But if you think of fascia as kind of gooey and goopy, but at the same time, it's stronger than steel, and it can withstand tremendous force, but it can still bend. Like, remember that geodome that they made for Expo in Montreal? It's made like fascia. It's strong. It's never going anywhere, but yet it can still bend. So before we just start our next section, I will demonstrate the good fascia and the bad fascia. You'll be amazed how this looks, because I did bring it and I forgot to take it out. And I focus on the movement with fascia for bounce, sense, expand, and hydrate, and we will get all of that in when we do our sections.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back because we don't have a lot of time left in this segment. But I'm interested, Lynda, and you were educated. You've been involved in this for over 30 years. Is it something that you personally have to keep up with so that you know what the newest, exercise is, or the newest, how it impacts your body?
Well, I guess you could say, how people have a passion for something. I have a passion for this. I was brought up in the dance world, and of course, then the fitness and the Pilates took over. I have the passion. I love teaching people, especially when they're interested and they ask me questions. In order for me to continue with what I'm doing, I feel I need to be educated at the most current level to be able to pass that on.
So that's something that you do on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, well, I'm certified with the American Council on Exercise, Stop Pilates process, and we have to put in 20 hours in a 2-year period and 6 in each. So I try to keep up my that keeps me current, because what do I have to do now? Very interesting stuff, and I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. No. In other words, I reach out to all the different Pilates things out there in fitness, and I'm also teach dance, and I also will help. Like, my son's a professional golfer, so he'll bring people to me to work on something that helps them with their game, not just golf, but anybody.
Yeah, I think it's really important, because as we evolve as a society, and education, and people study the body and what's better for them, so that you as an individual continue on that educational role. I think it's really, really
because
important.
Things are changing all the time. We're not going to do the same old thing. Mind you, some of the same old stuff is good, but I think it's the reasoning now. We have more of, why do we do this, and what are we doing? And like I said, this fascia is a new way of, not a new way, but we've always had it. But it's interesting, because when they used to do surgery years ago.
Okay, we have to conclude for now. Okay. But we're going to come back right away and show you some exercises.
Okay.
Well, welcome back to Age Friendly, and we are going to get you moving. So you don't even need a whole lot of equipment. Lynda DePiero is my guest. Now, Lynda, we have a few things like water bottles, a couple of cans, a small ball. We can use the TheraBand, but you don't have to. You can use a towel. So that's the equipment. And so if people are saying to themselves, what kind of equipment do I really need to have here? Not a lot, but the thing now is just to even follow you, which I will be doing as best I can, as to what it is that you're supposed to do, and then you can get the equipment whenever.
You don't even need the equipment.
No.
Even just the movement itself is great.
So you were talking about fascia before. Now, what does that really mean? Show me.
We were talking about, already, if you were in the other part of the show, you would know what it is. But I'm going to show you the difference between healthy fascia and unhealthy fascia. This, if some of you might realize, it's things that they used to put over that wine bottle, you know.
Oh, right.
So this is very organized. It's like a lattice, right? And it now I don't want to say stretches because they still don't really know if fascia stretches, but it will lengthen and they'll go back to its shape.
And this is right under your skin.
This is right, it's through your entire body. It's like a second skeleton. It also is very hydrated, you know, and the property that they identify healthy is like crimpy. So a crimpy like fresh lettuce or fresh kale, crimpy. Okay, now this is, I really hate to scare people, but if you're exercising frequently, this is what your fascia is going to look like.
Which is what you want it to be.
5 to 6 weeks, say this fascia didn't do this exercise, this is what it's going to look like.
Well, that's pretty sad.
It's not even, or it's not organized, it's very dry, it's very brittle, it's not even really nice to look at. So this is not what you want. So doing regular exercise, and I say every day do a little bit, is going to keep your fascia or make it like this and not so much like this. So
that's very, thank you for that, because it really shows it, because this is like a, this isn't.
We don't like it. Yeah, but I mean, we don't like. Well, that's probably what happens.
And that's what happens to your body.
Yeah. So you know, just this is a visual that really, not inspired me, but really said, I'm doing my fascia training. I'm doing it. You know,
Okay. So let's start and do some exercises.
So you know what? I want to start with the feet. Because when you look at body alignment, your feet are first of all, they're the bottom, right? And then if you have good alignment with your feet, the knees, and then the pelvis. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this little series. So let's start with the feet. We should work the foot in 3 dimensions every day. So we're going to take our band or our loop or your towel and go underneath, place the foot flat on the floor, and we are going to maneuver this foot right side to side. So we want the foot to do external and internal rotation with this. You can go fast, you can go slow, you can even stand and do it. It doesn't really matter. And you don't have to go long. The next one is dorsi, this is dorsiflexion, that's plantar flexion. So we can use a little bit of tension, right, with this. It feels good. So that is the second dimension. And the last one that I like to do is the circling. I don't like too much tension because I like to make a full fluid circle. And I find if you pull too much on the band, it doesn't happen, but go into the other. So we have over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments in each foot.
That's a lot.
And we call it a sensory organ. It's amazing. We're going to work up to the knee now. So
now, you have to do this on both feet.
Yeah, but you know, they can rewind that.
Right.
You guys, you know.
Just one other thing, too, about I'm using a TheraBand from Age Friendly. So if you don't want to go and buy one, you can get one from Age Friendly by contacting or going through our website.
That's cool.
So they're available.
Okay, let's prep the knee a little bit by just,
so we can do this
bending
up and down.
Now we're going to go to the knee. And I love this exercise because it can prevent knee discomfort, knee pain. We're going to get rid of the band and we're going to use our knuckles. So we're going to use, what this is like a sense variable to work fascia. We're going to avoid the kneecap because there's a bursa sac on there. It's actually the largest bursa sac of the body.
What's that mean?
Well, it's there to protect. And if we start fooling around and pushing on there, we could cause damage. Have you ever heard of people with bone on bone?
Yes.
Unfortunately, they don't have that bursa sac. So we want to avoid that. But we're going to go around the knee and we're going to dig the knuckles in at the lower part of the quadricep, down the side, into the top of the tibia, Okay.
Yeah.
And come back up.
Bring it
So
up.
right around. Then you're going to use your fingers to go. There's these fibula little things around there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You learn the anatomy a little bit. Coming up, then go behind the knee. Okay. The
Oh,
knee.
that's really
And you know what?
important.
That is really great because
It makes
people
it
that
feel
have
good.
had surgery, there's a lot of scar tissue there.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of people just injuries, arthritis. Now take your little ball here and let's go little circles here all around. Kind of
Okay.
all over, right?
right,
And then there's
yeah.
other things that you can use, on the market that are a little bit, you'll see the difference if you
Yeah.
try that one. It kind
Oh,
of
I'm
feels,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's much better.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so, and
Yeah.
it depends what you like. Okay, so the next part, just drop all that stuff. You're going
Okay.
to hold onto the tibia, lift it here,
Yeah.
and then we're going to move that foot
Back
side
and
to
forward.
side like a windshield wiper, okay? So people have cranky knees all the time, right?
Yeah.
Gardening, painting, playing sports, playing with grandkids. So now we can stand and you can feel the difference between both of those
Yeah, you
legs,
can. Actually, you
the feet.
can.
So you've stimulated that, and that's like probably
yep.
an exercise. Okay, let's go on to the pelvis now.
Right.
So take your rolled up towel.
Yes, which I've
put
been
it in the
sitting
center
on.
of your chair, and
And
we're
this
gonna,
is just a towel,
yeah,
like a
just
bath
fold
towel.
it.
Yep.
Okay, and here's the sits bones right here, so you can feel
Okay.
those bones. We're gonna sit right on top.
Sitting right
So
on
I'm just
top of
going
the
to do
towel.
probably 1 or 2 reps of each,
Okay.
but I want the viewers to do more. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, neutral spine. Let's cross our arms.
Great.
And hinge back. You're going to feel this in your abdominals as you come
Okay.
back and then come forward. So
Right.
doing this for the pelvis, we're also doing this for,
This also helps you keep your back straight.
yeah, it's
We
awesome.
Tend to, and now with on computers and things like that, you
Oh,
tend to bend
God,
over
yeah.
all the
No
time.
kidding. Okay, now from here, bring the towel a little bit forward.
Okay.
So I want you to round your lower back as you drop your seat. So we're creating a flexion in the lumbar spine as we come back.
Yeah.
Good. And of course, the viewers are going to continue with about 8 or 10 reps of this.
Right, right.
Then getting the pelvis going forward and back. So if you think of your knee going forward and back, you can add rotation here as well.
And this is like walking, sitting.
Yeah, walking,
makes no
sitting, and
sense,
wait
but
till you
yeah.
come off that towel, which you're going to come off in a little bit, like right now.
Okay.
Take that towel off, sit, and you'll be able to feel a great sensation. You've already just automatically realigned your pelvis.
Right.
But we're not done. We're going to work side to
Okay.
side. So we're lift. So think of pressing your hip like you're sinking into some soft clay.
Right.
Not mud, clay.
All right.
All right. Now, reverse that. You're going to lift, and it's like a little, remember those little brushes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brush, brush. Brush,
Okay.
brush. Of course, the viewers are going to do more of this.
Right.
And this is the fun one. It's the
Okay.
inchworm. So we're just going to sit at the back of the chair and walk forward. Walk, 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 walk.
Again,
walk
it's
back, back, back,
walk,
back,
yeah,
back.
walking without moving or getting off
And
the chair.
do that about 8 times forward
Yeah.
and back. Then let's go into this hip hinge.
Yeah.
You want to keep your back straight as you come down.
Okay.
This feels fantastic if you have any lower back issues because it really opens the back of the pelvis. Now pick up your little squishy ball here,
Yeah.
Rebecca,
Uh-huh.
and let's add rolling out,
Okay.
lifting the ball,
Yeah.
coming straight back up, reaching tall, hinging back, coming forward, bringing the ball here, and now let's flex as we round.
Okay.
So we're creating a little bit of hydration for the fascia
Which is
tissues
really important.
as we pull in and
Okay.
bring it down.
We'll
There we
conclude
go.
for that. And next segment, we're going to be talking about standing up.
Okay.
All right. Well, welcome back to Age Friendly, all things related to the older and senior population here in our community. Lynda DePiero, and we're talking now about exercising. We showed you how to do it well, Lynda has, I just followed, but followed how to do things in a chair. Now we're doing it standing up, or some exercises standing up. So Lynda, you go ahead and do, and we don't have a lot of space, so I'm not going to be able to do everything.
That's okay. I'm going to be moving
go
in
for
3
it.
planes
Yeah.
of motion. The first one is the sagittal plane, which is forward and back. But I want you to get your arms moving first, your elbows going up and down, and really feeling that through the trapezius, right through the back. Then we can add marching, and we're going to move those arms just a little bit more. Now, we can move forward, right? And we can move back. Moving backwards is really important, especially as we age, because we have to work on our proprioception.
What's that mean?
Meaning, okay, we know there's a wall behind us or a coffee table, you know, and it's kind of a mind thing, so it works really good.
Right.
Another form of sagittal work is our famous cross-country skiing. Now, I'm holding on to water bottles. Rebecca's got little balls.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's always good to just have that tactile feel. And then we can add a little bit, shaking up the water here, and from side to side, and breathing in and exhaling. Now, this is a really good one for balance. You might need a chair or a wall to hold on to. The footwork goes like this. We're going to lunge forward. We're going to shift back and balance as we lift, forward again, and return home.
Okay.
The other side, forward. Lift. And we're doing it slow, so it's harder to balance. I'm going to add the arms. So right foot, forward, lift, tap under, forward, return, and forward, lift, forward, return. It is quite challenging. I'll do one more, and of course you're alternating the sides.
That part. I am totally
and then you know what? You can always hold on to, we were talking about a countertop. Perfect to do that. Okay, that was your sagittal plane. We're going to work frontal plane, which is side to side, lateral movement. Okay. I'm just going to get my knees going. So ensure that your feet are wide enough so that when you shift your weight, that the knees are bent properly. Let's add our upper body. We're going to reach and reach. So we're flexing, going side to side. Whew. Okay, now let's go. It'll be the viewer's right, arm right. Okay, now let's shift. So you're getting a little bit more greater side flexion doing it like this. I really, really like this exercise. And then, of course, there is your step touches, moving side to side, adding variation of arms. Some movements that you can do, of course, in your apartment or your home is your hamstring curls. We can turn them. Okay, transverse plane is rotation. We're just going to punch forward. Now start to rotate across. I like this paddling for rotation. A lot of functional stuff going on here. People go kayaking, right? Rowing, nice and big. You can pop lifting off those heels and then reversing it. Let's go reverse here. And a little bit bigger. Whew. You can kind of get your heart rate up here doing this as well, especially when we're holding on to stuff. Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
The other thing you could use is cans.
Yes,
like
let's do cans. Okay. Here, you take the water balls this time. I'll take the cans.
I'll just put that there.
And let's get a squishy ball.
All right.
Okay, your squishy ball is right behind you. And we're going to work our inner thighs while we're doing some arm work.
Oh, my golly.
So place it high. Okay. Now, a lot of people will squeeze with the ball beside their knee. We want to avoid that. The higher you have on the thighs. So let's lift the sternum. We want to work those postural muscles, and we're just going to do a little bit of variations with some arm work.
So again, Lynda, you don't need fancy equipment here. Like you don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of weights kind of a thing.
And a lot of times, do you really need that heavy weight, right?
Right.
As we age, shoulders seem to be an issue.
Right.
Let's try just pulling in and... Right. These are heavy enough just at this height, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And then you have the front of the shoulders. Of course, you can do 10 to 12 reps with this.
Right.
A little bit of rotator cuff, keeping your elbow close to your body, opening like a gate so that like the elbows are like a little hinge, right? And then we have also, you can squeeze that ball a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
We also have lateral raises. So I want to tell seniors about this. Really just opening the arms to there is fine. When you start lifting, it puts a lot of stress on the shoulder.
Right.
And we don't really want to do that. Lifting up and lowering. Good. All right. And then we have our triceps. I want to fit in just a little bit of time here for our plank.
Okay.
So let's lower and lift. And if this is troublesome with lifting the shoulders, for the shoulders, we can hold here support, and we are going into this type of tricep. So we've actually, you know, there's a bunch of exercises that you can choose from, and we only did a few reps, so you can go back and do some more for sure.
Right.
But I am going to show you the plank here. I guess I could take this ball away.
All right.
Oops, stuck.
There we are. Yeah.
All right, and I just need the one chair, Rebecca, if you don't
Okay.
mind getting me one of those
I'll
black
get one
chairs
chair.
there.
Yeah.
And we still have some time here. And the reason why I want to show you this is people always think that this is the only core exercise. It's a huge core exercise. You're going to feel it. But as human beings, we are not like a wall to hold up a building.
Right.
We move. So it's important to utilize, just like we've been doing, utilize the core in all planes of motion. So I like doing this against my countertop at home, but I'm going to utilize the chair. You can go on the floor. The staircase is beautiful because you could start high and then progress lower.
Right.
My experience is not to hold it till the cows come home. Hold for 10 seconds, so I'm going to, and in a good position. So I'm going to lengthen back, and I'm not piking up, I'm not sagging down. I'm like a flat ironing board, holding, my eyes are looking down, my neck is in line with my spine. I'm going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm on the countertop, of course, I'm higher. Nice little stretch. Recover at least for 3 seconds and then go back to it.
Do it again.
So do it again. You can do it as many times, but all these muscles don't start breaking down. Do it 10 seconds, 3-second recovery. So
Lynda, this has been great. I participate as best I can, but the point is, thank you very much for coming on the program and showing all of us how important it is to move.
Yes.
If nothing else, move and get up off your couch.
Motion is lotion, and then the other stuff
Yes.
will fall into place. So thanks for having me. I really enjoyed
it
it.
was
So
great.
Anyway, so keep moving and stay active, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you. And of course, if you have any information we want, contact us on the Age Friendly website. We'll look forward to hearing from you.
Have a nice day. Bye.